Thank you for volunteering as a subject matter expert for ASET. The following webinar will outline how to complete a competency summary assessment for applicants for CTEC or CET. ASET uses competency-based assessment to evaluate both the theoretical and practical knowledge of applicants seeking certification as a certified technician or certified engineering technologist. For the purposes of ASET's assessment process, competency is defined as a combination of knowledge and skills underlying safe and competent performance in a discipline of practice. All applicants seeking registration with ASET as a certified technician or certified engineering technologist must demonstrate competency in their discipline of practice by completing a competency summary. In the competency summary, applicants provide written examples of the workplace application of 6 key competencies: technical analysis, technical implementation or design, technical evaluation, project management, professional accountability, and communication. A discipline-specific competency profile is provided to applicants to assist with preparing their summary. ASET recognizes that there are multiple areas of specialization within a given discipline. The competency profile is intended to reflect common knowledge and skills across these areas of specialization. Each of the 6 competencies include competency indicators, which are the knowledge and performance expectations for entry-level professionals in the discipline. Where the competency indicators differ for technicians and technologists, this has been noted under each competency. Applicants may provide point form responses when completing their competency summary, but sufficient information must be included to adequately assess the applicant's summary. Although applicants may not have experience in every competency indicator, they are directed to reference as many indicators as possible to sufficiently demonstrate professional competency. In addition to signing their own summary, the summary must be reviewed and validated by a reference with direct knowledge of the applicant's work, typically a supervisor or professional member of ASET or PEGA. The reference must review the competency summary and sign a declaration attesting to its validity. If the applicant does not have a supervisory reference, they are asked to explain the circumstances and the relationship of the reference to the applicant. Each competency summary is assessed by a discipline-specific subject matter expert. Applicants must provide examples for all 6 competencies. Some applicants attempt to skip the professional accountability competency or do not provide sufficient evidence of competency in this area. This competency is mandatory. 2 assessors are assigned to each applicant file to ensure an objective and equitable review process. If the final file reviewer is not in agreement as to the level of the applicant's competency, this is noted for the Board of Examiners. An Excel spreadsheet with assessment forms for each discipline are provided to subject matter experts to assist with their review. These assessment forms include the same competencies and competency indicators as can be found in the applicant's competency summary. When reviewing an applicant's competency summary, the assessor must determine whether the applicant has exhibited the knowledge and skills appropriate to the applicant's discipline as outlined in the relevant competency profile, and whether the applicant has met the minimum competency requirements for certification. The following slides will provide step-by-step instructions for filling out an assessment form. First, note the applicant's name and ASET ID number at the top of the form. Although the applicant information is noted on the applicant's electronic file, adding the information to the form ensures that the assessment cannot be incorrectly assigned to another applicant. Next, review each example provided in the competency summary to assess whether the applicant has demonstrated the knowledge and skills outlined in the competency profile. Select yes or no for each competency indicator to indicate whether the applicant has demonstrated the indicator in his or her summary. You may also include comments for each competency if you would like to highlight any deficiencies. It is important to note that applicant examples will vary in the level of complexity and autonomy described, given differences between positions and organizations. For example, it is possible for an applicant to be working under supervision, but to still demonstrate most or all indicators for a given competency, as the supervision may simply reflect the organizational structure of the applicant's employer. Although all competency indicators are important, a higher level of criticality means the competency indicator is a key skill or knowledge area. This criticality information has been built into the assessment form and is automatically taken into account when calculating the applicant's score for technician and/or technologist. In calculating the applicant's score, the assessment form also takes into account the number of competency indicators the applicant has met for each competency. This is based on a 6-point scale. Applicants must achieve a minimum score of 60% in each competency to meet the requirements for technician and/or technologist. This score is automatically calculated and is demonstrated on the form as either does not meet or meets requirements. The form also demonstrates that the professional accountability requirement has been met. Step 3 is only necessary if the applicant has not met the requirements for technician or technologist and deficiencies must be addressed, or the assessor would like to highlight any important points for staff or the Board of Examiners. Any comments or notes can be placed in the additional comments box on the form. Finally, include your name and date at the bottom of the assessment form. You may then upload your form for review by ASET. ASET staff will review the form to verify all necessary information is provided and, if recommended by the assessor, will follow up with the applicant regarding any deficiencies. The summary and any additional information provided by the applicant will then be reviewed during the full review of the applicant's file. An assessment manual is available for review at any time on the Competency Assessment page of the ASET website. Short how-to videos also offer instructions on how to navigate the online review system. ASET staff are also here to help at any time. If you require assistance, please contact Monica Strohaker, Registration Services Coordinator, at the email address or phone number noted on the screen.